time, the kind, benevolent ruler decided that he had had enough of the evil being around, and he's like nothing can exist in my kingdom that is not love. And so slowly, all of the evil got like coagulated into a big giant blob as it was making its way out of the kingdom by the power of the Kree. But then some little jackass kid saw the big blob of evil and was like, I'll love you. And so all of that evil was going to go into the child. And everybody thought that would be a terrible idea to have it all concentrated into one kid. So they decided that they'd all love it a little.
Was because they listened intently to the sermon every week and had small quibbles, and they discussed their quibbles over lunch right after church. And so I listened to them hear the word of God from the man of God, and not just kind of let it wash over them like everything he said was true, but they tested the spirits, and sometimes they definitely fell into probably like gossiping or judging. I'm sure, of course they made mistakes and went too far. They have personality foibles that can get carried away. But like all that to say, that was where the kind of perhaps skepticism, healthy or not, was inculcated for me. But obviously you can see how that would be wrapped up in issues of authority, which I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, does that get back to the kind of, is that why the unconditional trust is connected to the unconditional respect in some weird way? That kind of authority structure. When I was a young man, I kind of thought that like all truth was based on authority, because you had to, in order for trust to be, or forever, in order for you to hear something and trust it, you had to trust the person that was giving it to you. And the best way to trust somebody is for them to be an authority over you, because you're entrusted to them. On a little play on words, you're entrusted to them, so you trust them. But yeah, now I give a little bit more agency to the individual and a little bit more variety to the human population about how they, behave in those types of relationships. But I think the truth still, I think that there's still a nugget in there that might be helpful for your problem, Af, which is to say, I don't think you teach a healthy skepticism with something that's like not on the same level of importance or truth or reality. You teach that healthy skepticism with like the most important things in life, which are, for my family in that context was, the word of God given by the man of God on Sunday. So, yeah.
Howdy, Embody. Just a reminder, you are cordially invited to the Northwestuary Cold Moon Campout 2025. We'll be up in Camano Island State Park from 5 to 7 December. It sounds like we might be trying to do some book reading stuff while we're up there. So if you're interested, hit me up. This time in cabins. It'll be a good time. And encourage anybody who's not in the Northwest, go do your own estuary potluck events. It's been a lot of fun the bunch of times that we've been doing it. So, and now let's get started with the stream. Howdy, Embody. Afriel here. We hope you're feeling virtually not alone. Tonight, I would like to talk about organic progression. So, go ahead and get the game going, and then I'll get talking. And we have a Grimgriz in the audience. Howdy, howdy. And there's 2 play buttons because I have mods installed, and so the other one doesn't work apparently. So, What does it look like when people can grow at their own pace? And this topic comes from a brief discussion that I had with Nate from Grail Country on Discord this week. And just as a quick aside on that note, when and how does name dropping shift from giving context to humble bragging? Because I saw Grizz ragging on Rick Walker earlier this week, and I think he rightly was, because it seemed like Rick was just trying to say, like, oh, look at all these people that I know, look at all these people that I can talk to. And that's kind of gross, for lack of a better word. So I don't want to do that. But I do like to give credit to folks, and I do like to provide sort of reference pointers of, like, where did I get the information that I got, right? Because there's a saying that the secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. And so I don't want to hide sources or unfairly claim creativity. I'm trying to match stuff up. And so I want people to be able to dive in deep on the things that I'm briefly mentioning and then trying to weave together. So, if anybody has thoughts or comments on that, I would love to hear it, because I don't really know. I don't really know how to think about that. But yeah, the main topic, I was talking with Nate about explicit, implicit, and natural hierarchies. And I had a thought crystallized as I was talking with him about explicit, rigid hierarchies. And that, specifically, that the reason that they don't work well, I'm going to have to, like, pause talking and actually focus on playing, because I know roughly what I want to do, but actually, I'll just maybe just go grab resources. But hang on. What's the next major thing? I know I want to get a Cyclops. I know I have to do a bunch of scanning stuff in order to get a Cyclops. So we're still looking for laser cutter. There's another big one. Prawn suit. Okay, let's do radiation suit so that I can get into the butt of our spaceship, and so we can get a whole bunch of research done there. Can I unpin that? There we go. Can I help you, Kelly? You want to come say hello? Yeah.
Seek fluid intake.
So anyway, explicit, implicit, natural hierarchies, and that I don't think that explicit, rigid hierarchies work well. And the reason I don't think they work well is that people tend to develop at different rates, plateau at different points, and then break out of those plateaus at different times. Now, what the heck do I mean by that? So when I say people develop at different rates, I'm kind of trying to point to the fact that different people have different affinities for different things. So, like, if you have a bunch of kids in a classroom, stop. There we go. This is a bioreactor, and I need to wait for the trees to grow in order to get that, so that's fine. It still has solar power, so we're good on that front. So different kids will learn different subjects faster or slower than other kids. Probably should seek fluid intake as recommended. And then some kids will develop athletically faster than others. And it's not a bad thing. If you want everyone to develop as much as possible, you should try and provide them with different challenges at different times, so that way they can actually, like, have the appropriate challenge for their skill level. And the whole point of doing that is that you are allowing everyone to progress as fast as they can. What the heck, dude? Get out of here. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Why you gotta bite me? And by the way, part of that process is getting those kids to teach the younger generation to actually take the time, and, like, because part of the process of learning something, of getting good at something, is to be able to teach it to somebody else, because that's when you know for a fact that you truly understand it, is that you're able to take someone else from not knowing how to do something to knowing and being able to do something. So you want the faster growers to bring up the slower growers with them. That's part of their training.
Vital signs stabilizing.
But as fast as someone does grow and develop, eventually everyone hits plateaus. And it's a really common observation with something like strength training. But it's present in a lot of other stuff too. I personally experienced it with swim times in high school. And you just hit a point that you can't get past. Right? You get faster and faster and faster, and then you can't get faster than where you're at. And a lot of times people get really discouraged at that point and they give up, especially with it's really common to hear about in weightlifting circles. It's like somebody lifts for a while, is making incredible gains, and then they're no longer making the same gains that they were, and then they stop coming to the gym. And that's kind of sad, but also kind of understandable. Like, if you're making progression and then you stop being able to progress, it kind of feels like a failure. It feels like you are fucking something up by not being able to continue on the same rate of progression that you started at. And the important thing that you have to understand is that that's not the case. It's just straight up not the case. And once you realize that, and you realize that you're in a plateau, then the game becomes, okay, I just need to be consistent in this plateau enough that I'm able to maintain the level that I'm at. And then as I'm maintaining the level that I'm at, I can then begin to figure out how to progress. Because a lot of times there's some underlying hidden assumption that you have. There's some particular issue that you're just not recognizing. And so it just takes you coming to that understanding, that realization, and then you're able to move past it. You're able to progress through that plateau. But you have to, or you don't have to, but it really helps if you're able to maintain consistency through that plateau, so that way you still have the same levels of skills once you figure it out, so that way you can begin progressing again once you get out of that plateau. And the issue is, if you don't recognize the inevitability of plateaus, you get into some really weird issues where somebody will potentially sandbag because they are deliberately trying to keep themselves, what's the word? They're trying to preserve a certain level of balance, not balance. They're trying to keep some wiggle room for themselves, so that way when they eventually do hit a plateau, they don't immediately get schwacked because they're no longer progressing at the same rate as they were expected to. Not even necessarily that they were expected to, but they were no longer progressing at the same rate that they were before they hit the plateau. And so if you sandbag, if you don't let people know the level of progress that you have been making, then you can kind of hide and bide your time and still show progress, because you are making progress relative to what people can see. And then hopefully you're out of that plateau again before anybody catches on to what you're doing. And then the worst case of that is that you don't sandbag, and then you get to a certain point, you get to a certain level of competence, and you're no longer able to continue growing at the same rate that you were growing. And they get upset at you, and then you're out of the organization. Because if it's up or out, then that's just how that's going to be. And so you either get people faking progress because they're stuck in a plateau, or sandbagging so that they have some slack for when they hit it. But if you have proper progression, then you're allowing for plateaus, and you're encouraging people that are stuck in that plateau to keep going, because they can break through it in most cases. Like sometimes you hit a plateau that's like an actual physical constraint, like the kinds of metabolic constraints that you run into when you're talking about marathon runners. But a lot of stuff is based more just on there's a particular technique that you're not understanding or that you're not getting quite right. Like you're going to have a plateau if you're trying to run faster, run farther at a faster rate, if you are doing heel-toe running versus running on the balls of your feet. And it's really hard to transition from one to the other. But if you're able to, then you can make some pretty good strides. But you have to figure out like how and where and when you're going to be able to break through that plateau. And then when you do break through it, the organization has to be able to recognize it. And that's something that I've definitely seen issues with, because people will create this sort of idea in their mind of who they believe a person to be, how they believe that person to be capable. And they have that kind of like set in their mind, right? You have a person who's like been in a particular job, been in it with a particular skill set, and they've just been consistent at that point. And then they actually figure out how to break through that plateau. And if the people in charge of them fail to recognize that that person has changed or has become capable of change, then they're going to really not do very well. And it's really easy to miss that too if you aren't looking for it, like actively looking for it. So you have to be looking for it carefully. And the hard part about that is that oftentimes means swallowing your pride as a leader and recommending your subordinate to become your peer and potentially even your superior. And it should be a great honor as a master to have a student who surpasses you. Because what that should mean is that... Oh, I thought I wrote that down. I've definitely been reading a lot from the outline today. That's why I haven't been playing as much. What that should mean is that you have taught them successfully everything that you can, and that they are now capable of learning from people that are even better than you are. But a lot of times you have people having a mistaken belief that they've been ahead of somebody else, and so that means that they have to continue to be ahead of that other person. And so they will deliberately sabotage their progress or just not help them in the progression that they could. And I don't know how to fix that in all cases, but I can at least give an example for like how I'm planning to try and change that in the future. Because I got started with chess relatively late in my life. Late in my life, I'm 33 years old, but it is late in my life as far as chess goes when you have kids starting to play when they're like less than 5 years old. And so it is funny to say that, right? Like, oh, late in life, but it's not really that late in life. But I would be thrilled if, when I have kids, they were able to get better than me at chess. And honestly, I would be very surprised if they had not surpassed me by the time that they were teenagers. But like I take that as, oh, they were able to learn everything that I could teach them, and then some. Right? You take that as a compliment of your own teaching ability, and then your ability to point them in the right direction. Like that means you did a good job as a teacher. But a lot of people don't see it that way. They get butthurt about it because it's like, well, I was ahead of them, and so I should stay ahead of them. Like they shouldn't be able to surpass me. And it's like, no, the whole point is that You want them to surpass you. You want the student to be able to exceed the master. That's how it should be. 2 cents. Okay. And I think that's the final point that I want to make is, if you want a hierarchy to stay healthy, you have to allow for organic progression. You have to. Because if you don't do those things, right? If you don't recognize that people grow at different rates, that they plateau at different points, and then break out of those plateaus at different times, then you're just going to squander your human capital. You're not going to actually get the most out of people that you could. So. Slash rant. Now, we'll hop over into Discord for chatting. And if anybody wants to join me, they are welcome to do so. I have it on good authority that Mr. Copperman is out camping this weekend, and so he will not be available. So if anybody else wants to hop in and keep me company, otherwise I'll just be ranting and rambling, seeing where the thoughts go after. There we go. And we're streaming. And let me pop back on OBS so that way I can see chat. There we go. And we're good. So gameplay wise, from the thumbnail, I want to get to the point where we have a Cyclops this game. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that far, but that's the goal. So we'll see if I can do that in like an hour and a half, especially when I haven't been really doing much for the first half an hour. That was only a 15-minute rant. Huh. I thought that would take longer. So we're also looking for water supplier, laser cutter materials, all that good stuff. And I might actually try and find more laser cutter stuff in Rex before I do actually go all the way into the Aurora, is the name of the spaceship that we crash landed on. But yeah, need silver ore because I use that to make a wiring kit. So we're gonna have to go look for some sandstone. Yeah, proper development of human capital has definitely been one of my main focuses for a long time, and I feel like a lot of organizations just don't do a very good job about it. Yes, Kelly? Do I need to pause and give you some love? Yeah, I really don't think that most organizations manage their human capital very well, that they don't do a very good job of recognizing the potential that exists in the people within that organization and then cultivating that potential. Like, so much of that organization is oftentimes focused on how do we extract value from these people at the point that they're at, rather than recognizing human capital as an asset to invest in. And it's a little bit frustrating from the perspective that I have of, like, there's so much more you could be doing. There's so much more you could do. And if you would just pay more attention to your people, if you would just do more with them in terms of, like, one of the main things that I would love to see more, just having worked in engineering, is there's like no left seat, right seat stuff that I've seen in engineering. Because managers tend to see, it's like, oh, like, all time should be engineering time, all time should be drafting time. And there's no allowances really made for people to just, like, left seat, right seat, to just sit with each other and say, oh, hey, like, can I just watch you draft something for a while and just see how you do it? Because, like, that's honestly been some of the most development that I have had, has been when I have been watching somebody else, and like, I have in my mind a particular idea of how to accomplish whatever the task is that they're working on. And then, oh, I really need to get a radiation suit, don't I? That's not what I wanted to do. Actually, yeah. No, I don't want to. This tab that I was looking for. Because when you have an idea in your mind of what it looks like to do something, what it looks like to accomplish something, and then you watch somebody else do it, and they don't do it the way that you expected them to, then you realize, oh, okay, there's some aporia, right? A little fancy Vervaeke word. And then I watch and I see how they do it, and if it's a better way, then I can pick that up, and if it's a worse way, I can say, hey, have you thought about or considered doing it differently? Because I think that it would be beneficial if you did it differently. Okay, let me just go back and get that then. Trying to remember. Okay, it's back towards the escape pod. I really need to put a beacon outside of the base that we have going so far. Because unfortunately, actually, what are they called? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Databank, indigenous life forms, fauna, carnivores, stalker. That's right, stalker. The stalkers like to play with the cameras, and so they just like take them wherever they want to, and who knows where they end up. Their teeth actually end up being used in the enameled glass recipe, and so if you look for, because they don't just play with the cameras, they also play with the wreckage, because they want to like sharpen their teeth on it, I think is the canon lore reason. There is my base. I put lights on it for this reason, so I could be able to find it more easily in the dark. I'm not seeing it. And this is why we put beacons on things. I think it's over this way, because this is the side of the reef that the cameras are on. There it is. And we come up into the moon pool. Bada bing, bada boom. And it recharges for us automatically, and we can... What? Can I not repair it here? Thought I could. Huh. That's weird. I think there's like an auto repair module that I can make later on. But yeah, I genuinely don't know why, other than just the way that time gets accounted for, and the fact that by the way that management takes things into account, you're basically stealing time in order to teach each other how to actually do your job. You're stealing time from whatever the project is at hand. Can I help you? I know you need to go potty, but did not have time to take you out before.
Vital signs stabilizing.
And now you're gonna bother me, aren't you? You're gonna say, Daddy, Daddy, why are you not paying attention to dog? Why are you not taking dog potty? Do you not love dog? I do love dog. I just also want to stream, because this is helpful for me to get my thoughts into a, well organized might be a bit of a stretch, but organized enough to be somewhat comprehensible to other people and public, which is, I think, more the point. Although I seem to have bored Mr. Griswold enough to make him not stick around, or at least not to comment as I'm monologuing. That's okay. It's my my punishment for not streaming last weekend when I could have and should have. Just wasn't quite feeling it. I don't know. Then that was something else that kind of came up too, at Estuary specifically, was we were, and it's something that Nate's brought up before. Oh, you got back from walking kayfabe? More abusive than Hassan? Lies. Damn lies. I should have taken her potty, but she also just comes over and whines at me just to, you know, give her some pets, give her some attention. I think, okay. Okay, Pop, I'll give you some love. And then she goes, she lies back down on her bed. I want to just use that real quick. And we'll, nope. I want to edit it. Can I edit it? There we go. Did you get a chance to listen to it while you were on the walk, Grizz, or do I need to recap for context? Why are you playing this Never Die Disney game again? I mean, I can die, and it's, I don't know. It can be a really terrifying game as far as like when you can die. Although more from environmental deaths. The stalkers don't really hurt you. Leave devices doused. That's honestly the better way to do it. I try to make that a rule when I'm walking Kelly to not ever bring stuff with me. I'm usually good about it. Okay, I kind of want to look for salt. Actually, you know what? Let's get the Seamoth and let's actually go and like explore shit. Oh wait, no, I wanted to get the radiation suit first. And then get the Seamoth going. And then we're getting silver for the first aid kit fabricator. Equipment, radiation suit. I need 2 lead, which I think I have in one of these containers. There we go. Not crying during the plateaus. Well, it's not just about not crying, right? It's also about, okay, let's put on the radiation helmet. I can, like, not die. It's not just about, like, not crying during the plateaus. It's about, like, recognizing while you are making good gains that there is going to be a plateau that comes along eventually. Like, it's the good times will not last forever. You will have to deal with hardship and struggle again at some point. And so rather than just assuming that everything's going to be hunky-dory forever, you should probably build into your mental model that it's not going to be hunky-dory forever. That you are going to have to deal with stuff at some point. Where is the entrance to this part of the wreck? Yeah, let's do this. There should be a way in. Unless this is a part that's just a part. Oh. There's a beacon fragment. Get some titanium from that. Oh, there we go. I need a laser cutter. Dang it. Okay. That's the way to the base, so we're just gonna keep going away from it. See what we can find. Main thing is to collect some sandstone and probably some salt so I can make some water. Doop-doop-doop. Yeah. Yeah, and then don't, like, once you hit a plateau, don't get so discouraged because most times you will be able to break through it. Because that's the other thing, is like people tend to, and I think that's what you meant when you said the crying during the plateau is like, well, I'm not making the gains that I used to. I was getting so swole, and all of a sudden I can't get swole anymore. It's like, yeah, that's how that works. You gotta put in the time. And then once you break through that first plateau, then you're going to make a good bit of progress, but you have to break through the plateau first. So. I swear she knows when I'm streaming, by the way, because she will bother me more. Like, I was playing Factorio a bunch this afternoon, and she was not really caring, leave me alone. And then I start streaming, and she's like, Daddy, pay attention to me. I'm like, okay. I'll give you some pets, you silly girl. Okay. Looking for silver still. And there's a wreck. Go play in that for a little bit. Is it a Seamoth fragment?
Passing 100
Yeah.
meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
What I really want to find is Cyclops parts. That's the real prize here. I think I might have already checked this one out. I really need to get a flashlight. Okay, need a laser cutter for that. You are a little annoying thing. So we're going to take care of you, and then we're going to scan you. I'm also probably going to need to get back to base and take care of my thirst here sooner than later. Okay, we don't go into dark things without a flashlight, although I can use the one from my swimmer. Just mind my oxygen. I really need to get a laser cutter. also need to get water.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
Okay. We'll go take care of that, and I'll try and get enough salt on the way back to actually have some rations to work through on the way on the next expedition. If I can find any. Where's the salt? Oh, there's some sandstone. Try to grab that. There's silver. I think that's enough to get the automatic bandage maker working again. And then we're just looking for whatever salt we find on our path back. Nada. That's alright. Let's go make some bleach, and then don't drink the bleach. Drink the water that you disinfect with the bleach. Although I have to get some coral to go with my salt in order to make bleach. It's not exactly a realistic game from like a physics, chemistry perspective, but it is a good bit of fun. Let's see here. Make bleach. Make water with the bleach. And hopefully find the parts for
Vital signs stabilizing.
let's see if I can find some salt just in and around the reef here. Pick up some limestone while we're at it. There's some salt. What else? What else? I will say it's incredibly satisfying when you are able to break through a plateau. Like when you've been trying and trying and trying to get past a certain like weight amount when you're lifting, or a certain time if you're swimming. When you're finally able to get past it, when you're finally able to just crack that threshold, oh my gosh, it's so gratifying. Because it's a validation of all the hard work that you've been putting in, and then usually it's accompanied by an insight of, oh, there was this one thing that I just wasn't quite doing right, and now that I fixed that one thing, now everything's working properly. And you do potentially get a little bit of little cage stagey when you do that. You do have to be mindful not to bother the heck out of everybody else who's like, yeah, of course that is what you do in order to fix that problem. Why are you making such a big deal about it? So you have to be mindful of that, but God, it's such a rewarding thing. Grabs this. Oh, inventory is full. Okay. We'll head back. just for you, Grizz, I will do Half-Life 2 next. So that way it's not Disney BS. Oh no, nothing happened to him. Ron's out camping this week. I mean, I'll say a prayer for him anyway. God, keep Ron safe on his camp out and make sure that he has a fantastic time hanging out with all of his buddies, and yeah. May he have a blessed camp out. But I did talk to him briefly earlier this week, and how many months until next? Next what? My memory is terrible. I don't remember what I said 5 seconds ago. You can ask Mrs. Pilotson. It's just a little bit of a problem. Yeah, hopefully we'll see him on the next stream, if that's what you meant. Bada boom! And now we have free first aid kits. Oh, Half-Life 2 next. I don't know. I kind of want to try and do this one pretty quickly. I have not beaten the game before, though, so that is going to present a bit of an issue. Like, I know how to do most of the progression and development, but the last bits, it's like, oh goodness, it gets a little hairy. Gratifying. It's a technical term. Also, howdy, Joe. Good to see you. Drink that. And we'll get, what, 2 more coral for the 2 salt deposits? And that should give us enough to actually have some rations to take with us. All gratis. Should I put a light on it outside? Or see what I need to put a light on outside. Interior, exterior, spotlight. Do I want to put it here? That'll do. Bada boom. Oh, did you make it to Southeast Eurasia, Joe? Yes, I am very gratified, Grizz. Highly, highly gratified. Also, Grizz, Neil said he was not a fan of the cap when I hopped onto the earlier the stream the other night. I'm curious what your thoughts are, or Joe, what your thoughts are. No? Ah, that's depressing. Because I know you guys were thinking about trying to do that, but if it didn't work out, it didn't work out, I guess. Enough of an adventure getting to Midwestuary that probably will last you more than just a single year. Okay, we're good on food, we're good on water. Yeah. I want to cast magic missile. There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness. What am I going after? I'm going to Rex. I'm looking for laser cutter parts. Yeah, we'll go and see about the high priority passengers remains real quick. Yeah, the wizard hat. Got into a whole thing about the meaning of a brimmed cap in Witch Hat Atelier. Which I'm super stoked is getting an anime, by the way. Oh wait, I can't go that deep. Well, I can go kind of deep. I can go down this way at least. Neil's a hater. I don't know. It turned into a pretty good conversation, and it was like him saying that he feels like he also wears a rimmed cap, which was a good way to cap off the conversation, if you know what I mean. I really do love the atmosphere in this game, by the way.
Passing 100
Neil's mad he can't pull it off.
oxygen efficiency decreased.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Neil wishes he could attack the darkness as good as I can.
Integrating new PDA data.
Like, that is just so cool. And I don't need a ton of lithium right now. I really need magnetite, and I think that I have to go deep for that. So. I really do need to start bringing beacons with me so I can mark points of interest. Because technically you can turn back on the, is it like a deposit of something? There's some cave stuff down here. Slate, looks like. Does it go any deeper? Oh no, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. That's how you get lost and drown, ladies and gentlemen. Is by trying to climb the inside of a tree trunk like that. A coral trunk. I do want to scout around the sides of it though, just to see if there is anything here. Because there's copper chunks, but I can't do that until I get the attachments for the prawn suit. Prawn. Perverts. Because it's like a shrimp. Get it? It's like a shrimp, like a prawn. Trying to figure out where other wrecks are, because that's like the main things that are holding me back right now are I need a laser cutter, 'cause that's gonna significantly help going aboard the Aurora. Like there's some stuff that I just can't access without it. I think I already got this right. Yeah. So I need to get a laser cutter. And that'll also give me access to some other spots on other wrecks as well. I need to make beacons, so that way I can actually find wrecks again. And also help me to like mentally map out the area a little bit better. Not, and I want to get a Cyclops by the end of the night. Because, golly, I don't know who did the design for the ships in this, but there's just such a cool aesthetic to them. Is that just titanium deposits? Silver. Okay, good to keep in mind. Also, beware of open waters. We're not going to go towards that thing, because it can put my sea moth in its mouth and then swim away with me. And I don't really want to do that, so we're going to go somewhere shallower, away from that thing. They're called Reapers, and they are nasty buggers. Although you can actually kill them with a prawn suit, but we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna try and mess with it when we're just in a sea moth. So we already got that one. Okay, that is also a Leviathan, but that's like a reef back is what it's called. They're really chill. They sometimes have stuff on them that you can scoop. 7 weeks left on this game? Like 4 or 5 probably. If I actually like play properly and know what I'm doing, which all bets are off on that one. Oh, here we go. This actually, so I need some stuff from here for progression. I don't think there's anything dangerous here, right? That would have been a perfect time for a jump scare, so we're gonna call it good.
Oxygen efficiency.
Yeah, I do not have my rebreather on me. Gosh darn it. Okay. Whoa! Hello! Just a delayed jump scare. No biggie. Holy crud. So those things don't actually hurt you, but they do teleport you. Like that. Oh man, that was a bit of a scare. Let me grab 6 of these because I need them for something, and then as much blood oil as I can carry. Can I put some in the sea moth? I think it has inventory.
This ecological biome, much as 7 of the 9.
Okay, yeah, that's the problem. Is that he teleports you out of your sea moth and hurts you. So you have to like get away from him. Okay. Go away! Leave me alone! I am not tasty. I am not a snack. Broski, what are you doing? This isn't Tokyo Drift. Okay, am I not being followed anymore? Cool. Can repair it, and then we can continue on with our journey. Okay. And then... Oh yeah, that's what I did want to see. Does it have cargo?
100 meters.
Upgrades. Okay, I think I have to upgrade it first. And then I can... Then I can stuff into it. And then this... Okay. Which... 17? Let me see if I can turn that back on. Okay. The reason I'm turning that back on is because that's an entrance to the deep dark, so to speak. the map for this is so well designed in terms of just making full use of vertical space. So, like, you have the shallows here, and then down there you have cave biomes, and it is just, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I got it, you do 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 do. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me and my intrusive thoughts.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Captain? Oh. I like the sound of that. Okay. So, I want to make good use of materials I collected. Need salt for that one, okay. And then, what was the blood oil used for? Benzene, which I need 3 for. Gosh darn it. Well, at least it fits in my storage locker. Okay. So I need to get 2 salt. And let me just refresh myself with lantern fruits. There we go. And take a sip of water, and we're good to go. So I need 2 more salt. If we can find it. Hopefully this sea glide will help to speed that process up a little bit. You can also grab some more copper on the way wherever we find a limestone outcropping. There we go. Also, so one of the main things that I need to find right now is magnetite. Do I want to scan that? Yeah, I'm not going to find it again. Just get the titanium. Because magnetite is used for scanning stuff. And there's my second salt. Do I want to just check this real quick? That's a wreck. That's... I think I already scanned this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, looks like that's it. Okay. Back to base. Pop up for oxygen on the way. Howdy, Mr. Bart. We hope you're feeling virtually not alone. Or if you aren't already feeling virtually not alone, that you will be shortly. You're welcome to hop in, by the way. Discord chatting link is below. I can't remember if you are on the approved speakers list, but I can fix that up pretty quick if you aren't. So just let me know. Otherwise, you're free to move about the... The captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please feel free to move around the hive mind. Okay, and is polyaniline the only thing that I make with hydrochloric acid? I think it is. Yeah, synthetic fibers is what benzene's used for. Yeah. Does this make me want to watch The Abyss? Oh, have I seen that? Is that the one where there's like a weird alien that's using water to like move around and stuff? Okay. No, not benzos. God. Benzene. Benzene. Which is a base molecule for a lot of organic compounds. Although it's also very toxic on its own. This pink fluid they drown mice in. What? They drown mice in benzos? It doesn't seem very nice. Let's see here. I want to get another storage locker, right? Yeah. Why can I not? Is it left click, right click, right click? Another wall locker. Just put it here. I would like to turn on snapping because I'm pretty sure I do have that as an option on this mod pack, but. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay. Now that I have a clear inventory. The Abyss? That's what the How Dare You it's for. I mean, I'm watching, I'm on episode 5 of Serial Experiments Lane right now, because Foxman and I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and it's a wild ride. I'm having a hard time, like, I can tell that there's some weird timeline shenanigans happening with it, but I can't quite tell what exactly they are. So, because like the first couple of episodes start with them declaring present day, and so it's like, okay, something's funky. But I will, okay, I will take the universe's advice, and I will go and watch The Abyss this weekend. Okay, so we need to go back to that. Okay. We're gonna try and dive down the abyss a little bit, I think. Where did that... Where is the... Okay, there... Okay, it's this way. Go back to Life Pod 17, because that's where we can go down, down, down in a burning ring of fire. The flames went higher. It burns, burns, burns. That ring of fire. That ring of fire. You do get down to like magmatic biomes as well. So. Yeah, I'll pick it up. Just on the off chance that it isn't what I think it is. And we'll just grab it real quick. I probably need to grab more quartz at some point too, but... Oh, I never explained what the magnetite's for. Magnetite is the resource that I need in order to start to, what's it called? So the scanning room lets me see where stuff is on the map, especially if I have like a suit upgrade that allows me to have, and by the way, here we go. Like the game is freaking beautiful. Like I don't know who it was that figured out how to design this kind of thing, but like, oh my gosh. But it doesn't look like there's too much to do right here. Also, there's eels that are not very nice. And I don't have a depth upgrade, so I probably don't want to come down here with my Seamoth yet. So anyway, if I get magnetite, then that allows me to scan for resources and more efficiently collect them rather than just wandering around and randomly running into them. So, I really want to get a laser cutter before I go onto the Aurora, but I might not. Well, I can die anywhere because drowning is a constant threat. And believe me, it is a threat. I might just be bad at the game, but I have drowned in Subnautica multiple times. So. Okay. I need to focus on looking for wrecks, because wrecks are where I'm going to find laser cutters. Laser cutter is where I'm going to be able to get more access to other wrecks, especially the Aurora. C for crouch. Crazy little sand sharks. I swear. There we go. There's a laser cutter fragment. Just need one more. So we'll see if we can explore around here and find one. No, I can't. I'm playing hardcore, Grizz. If I die in this game, then I die. Like, I'm gonna call it quits for it. Like, I haven't coded in for it to just end the stream, but that would be funny, actually. If I die in this game, that like, actually just quits the stream. Grab 2 salt. Okay. And there's another wreck. And there's another box. Let's see if there's a laser cutter inside of it. And if there is, then I'm going to take care of that first. Yeah, baby! I mean, Grizz, if you really want me to die, so that way I can start playing Half-Life 2, then coming on and trying to distract me as much as possible would probably be the most effective way of doing that. I need to make beacons, too. I'll do that first. Because that's... Okay, so we're facing... Oh, I don't even have the compass on yet. Gosh darn it. Well, I'll try and do this so that I can kind of keep track of where I'm at and then turn around. So what I'm going to try and do is, as I'm getting closer to my reef base, I'm going to try and spot something that's in line with my path of travel and the reef base, and then orient myself back along that. And then we'll see if I can... Okay, so this outcropping here. Okay. So I come out and I aim right over that, then I should be able to hit the wreck again.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Captain. Computer, you could say that a little more seductively next time. Just saying. Okay, and we are getting a laser cutter. I need 2 diamonds and cave sulfur to go with that. I don't think I have any cave sulfur though. So we'll grab 2 diamonds and then we'll go and find a cave sulfur. I think actually, if I can find the big old cornucopia coral, that's probably the fastest way to get cave sulfur, which I think is this thing. Yeah, there we go. And then one of these offshoots. I'm just paranoid. Okay, and back down. And there's a bunch of... Actually, I will start picking up some of the resources, too. I don't want to, like, overfill my inventory, but I did just empty it, so that should be fine. And then... I'm just looking for cave sulfur. Oh, there we go. So you gotta trigger these guys. And then swim away, because they explode. And then you go back, and you steal their cash. Now we have cave sulfur. Pop in. And I do want to fill that up, so that way that's generating 2, 3, 4. Load her up, and that's generating power now. And then have a little snack. And we'll get some water in me while I'm at it. Keep ourselves topped up. Okay, and then I wanted to make a laser cutter. Bada bing, bada boom. And now there are doors that I can cut through. I think I want to put that on what, the 4? Because I'm never going to be building and cutting at the same time. So just replace it with the builder and then swap it when I need to. No, there's no peeing in this game. So canonically, I'm peeing right now. Just right into the ocean through my wetsuit. It's a great time. Okay, that's better.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, so we were going back this way-ish. And over this, and then that should give us about the right heading. Because I'm pretty sure I... Actually... Oh, that was silly. Do I need magnetite for the compass? I think I do, but let me just check. Copper wire and wiring kit. I do not. Oh, let me... Okay, we're just going to keep ourselves pointed in roughly the right direction, and we're going to swim back to the reef base. Because there's no real point in driving the Seamoth all the way back. And I've literally already forgotten what I was going to do. I should make a beacon while I'm here. Need copper for that. Not this one, but this locker. Okay. Make a beacon. And then what was the other thing I just came back here for? Oh, the head thing. And that was made with copper wire and a wiring kit. Okay. Wiring kit. Do I have copper wire in here already? No. Okay, cool. We're not going to answer that right now because there's a cutscene that I don't want to trigger yet. And now we have a compass. Now I can actually tell which direction I'm going and how to do a reverse heading, and that's a good thing. And now we go back to our Seamoth, and off we go. And away we go. So we're going to go back to that wreck. We're going to investigate it. We're going to see if we can find any other stuff. Hey, Reefback. And then I'll leave a beacon there, and then we'll go over to the Aurora and see what we can find. How good was my bearing? Oh. Not perfect, but I did find it, so. Also, it's right by like FOD 17. I should have just used that as the reference point. Still fun to use navigation stuff, though, when you get the opportunity. Okay, so that one's closed. You have to, like, go in the bottom. I'm fairly certain I've died on this wreck before. Not this playthrough, obviously, but...
100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Okay, we already have a scanner room, so that's fine. I think we go in this way? No. How do we get in? How do I get in? Let me in! Let me in! Yeah, I'll grab that. Do I want it? Yeah, I'll take it. It's free titanium, whatever. So this gives your scanner room stuff. Okay, that's good to know. As I fill up on cheap titanium. That's a mobile vehicle bay fragment. I really want Cyclops fragments. Might have been a little ambitious to shoot for that on this stream. We're at 43 oxygen. I'm just trying to find the way in. Maybe I should just hop in the Seamoth and then do that. Yeah, let's do it. Stinking biters, man. Just following me around the wreck. Stop. Go away. Leave me alone. No one likes you. That's a bioreactor fragment, which again I already have. Man. Not getting lucky. Oh, what is this? Bioreactor, bioreactor. I want to try. Yeah, I already have done titanium. I'm not gonna get any more. Another scanner room fragment.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Like, I know there's a way in on this wreck. There's gotta be. There's gotta be. Show me your secrets. Or whatever it is that Snape says when he's tapping the Marauder's map to try and get it to reveal him. What it actually is. And then it talks back to him. Am I going insane? I swear I've swam in this wreck before. Like, I cannot find the entrance to it though. Oh, here we go. Found it. Oh, I need a flashlight too. Okay, can get in. Nope, that's mobile vehicle bay fragment. Okay, we're gonna repair. Now I can open this door. 108. Okay, what's the way out? Up and then out there. Is there a better way for me to unlock? Seemingly not. The Seamoth is right there though, so we're fine. 93 oxygen. Oh yeah, I've definitely died in this wreck before. 100%. Oh, there's a prawn. Disinfected water, cool. That's a prawn arm. Can I scan it? No? Let me just go back out and re-up my oxygen. Whoop. And back in we go. Come on. Come on. almost feel like I'm not supposed to go in this way, but don't see how else to get in. Oh, there we go. Okay. Another disinfected water. Actually, let me take a sip. Another disinfected water. Battery. Oh, I already got that. And I don't want to get more titanium on this trip. So again, that's our exit. Go just a little deeper in here. Mod station, that actually is really important too. Okay, so that's pretty big. I need one more off of that.
Passing 100 meters.
Okay, we're gonna go and get more oxygen first. Okay. Also, there's gotta be another way in. Like, that door has to be openable in some other way. Right, this one here. It's gotta be. There's might be a repair thing on the other side of it. And then it's down through this door, and then we're in here. Don't need a mobile vehicle bay fragment. That I do need. And then we have a laser cutter, so we're good on that.
Acquired.
84. I think that's everything in here. Okay. Pop back out. More mobile vehicle bays and laser cutters. Okay, there might be some stuff down there actually. So we'll go out. Refresh our oxygen. Refresh our oxygen. Thank you.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. And we're going down here, and then we're going under the staircase. Because there's some other stuff
Passing
down
100
here.
meters. Oxygen efficiency
Propulsion
decreased.
cannon. I don't think I got the full recipe for that yet. No, I did. Okay. I don't think I actually have figured out how to use that properly, so that might be something for this playthrough. Vehicle bay, laser cutter, prawn arms, still are not what I want. Battery charger. Okay. So that's everything from there. I'm like 80 to 90%. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's what I was looking for. It's like, I am pretty sure there's another way in this. That's another propulsion cannon. That's locked. Is there a repair panel? Doesn't seem to be. Try not to get zapped. Okay, we're not gonna... Okay, that's the way out. We're not going to drown in the wreck. We're not doing it. Okay. So down and then out. Kinda wish I brought a flashlight. Is there anything down here? Okay. My dog is not peeing on the floor. She's resting peacefully on her bed. Resting peacefully. Huh.
Integrating new PDA data.
I mean, my dog's not behind me. My dog's off to the right of frame. So. Let's see. I think that there's more down below, but I'm not sure how to get in there, if there is. I think also just getting a flashlight and then going on to the Aurora is probably the call here. So we'll do that. He can just look over and see his dog and realize he's not being drats. Oh, when was the last time I posted the link? So I just put it in the description. I can actually post it too. Hang on. I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat. Just watch. Let's see. Or did somebody come into the landing zone? Oh! Nathaniel did come into the landing zone. You gotta say something, dude. Alright. Where's he at? Where's he at? Nathaniel. Take you off baby jail. Give you a voice chatter. If you're still here, you're welcome to come in. Invite. Copy. Copy. There. So, if somebody does want to come in, you are welcome to do so.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Was kind of like joking before about like, oh, I like it when you call me Captain, but it is actually kind of a nice touch. It's like, because you're supposed to be some numbnuts peon who got like basically conscripted for a mission, and so the fact that it like is default calling you Captain when it's like, oh, I'm not really a captain though, like. But I guess I am, because I'm the only one left on the mission alive, so here we are, I guess. Let me tuck a couple of these away, too. Yeah, we'll take 4 with us. Okay. And... okay. Let's go and explore the Aurora. The disastrous wreck that it is. Let's see if we can't fix the radiation leaking out of the core. That's probably what I should have put for the thumbnail. Oh, that would have been so good as a thumbnail. Maybe I'll put it out as the next one. And then I'll just deliver on the thumbnail just in the opposite order of what was what was intended. We'll fix the Aurora on this one, and then we'll get a Cyclops on the next one. It's very peaceful. As long as you're not too close to a Reaper. Okay, we got a ways to go forward. And the water's red because we're in the radiation zone. Not that that's actually what that does, but hey, it's good ambiance, right? It's mostly just wrecked parts along here. It's a propulsion cannon, don't need that. Especially because I'm going to have a pretty good haul coming off of the Aurora. And we're going to hug the frickin' hull of this because there's a Reaper on the front end of it, and we don't really want to mess with him. So we're going to come forward and hopefully he's not around and we can duck in.
The Aurora's radioactive fallout will have devastating effects on the alien ecosystem if not contained within the next 24 hours.
Well, then I guess we better contain it. And here's where we come in. And here we go. Welcome to the Aurora. Don't mind the flesh-eating flesh-eating crabs. Head crabs. That's the word I was looking for. Get plenty of batteries. Oh, I don't think I brought a fire extinguisher with me. I don't know if there's one along here on the way in.
And laser cutters may be required. Exploration is conducted at your own risk.
Because I know there's fire extinguishers once you get inside, but I don't know if there's any coming in.
Caution. Scans show the digestive tracts of nearby life forms contain
Digestive tracts containing human tissues? Say it ain't so. Just remember, if you have a cat and you die, the cat will probably eat your face. Because it turns out that human face is very nutritious. And if you're not going to be there to feed me, then I'll take care of myself, thank you. There we go. There's a fire extinguisher. Sweet. Actually, I should probably put that on, what, 5? And scanner on, yep. Knife on 3, scanner on 2. Knife on 3, 3, scanner on 2. Laser cutter on 4. There we go. Probably don't need to put this out, actually. considering I just walked by it. But it is fun. Alright. Scanny scan. Don't need the propulsion fragment.
Are running on local reserve power. Integrating new PDA data. Black box data.
Well, then we'll try and find the black box.
Integrating new PDA data.
How are we doing on space, by the way? That's not too bad. Oh, I don't have access to that yet. Don't want the voice log. Data downloads. Codes and clues. Okay. So I still have to find. So I think that's the prawn bay. So I have to still find my way down that way. Come on. The movement in this part is a little janky. There we go. I think if we go up to the crew quarters first, that lets us get our way in. Ooh. Ow. Trying not to completely use up the fire extinguisher.
Integrating new PDA data.
Notes to self. 1454 cargo bearers. Is the code. Whoa, cargo bay code.
Integrating
Hold.
new PDA
Code.
data.
Wow. English is hard. Okay.
New blueprint acquired.
Poster. I'll take that. I think that's everything in here. Everything of note. Now I can go into the cargo bay. Wee. Oh, gosh darn it. There we go. One 454.
Scans of damage to the Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies.
And while we're here, we'll get some prawn tech researched.
Integrating new PDA data.
And of course, you've got to have the Evangelion elevator. You gotta have it. And then we have a bunch of biters, so I'm just going to preemptively get my knife out. Drive room. Get off me. Oh, bleeder, not a biter. Excuse me. My finger is hovering over the knife key. And there's Seamoth parts in here, but I don't need any of that, I don't think. Although there is, there we go. The depth mod module.
Integrating new PDA data.
Get away from me. Gross thing. That's the drive room, and that's the part that I needed to fix.
The drive core shielding
So.
sustained internal damage during collision.
Oh, I need another fire extinguisher first, though. Well, I can probably just run through it. Oh. We'll just run through it. That's fine. I have enough health to spare. And there's a Cyclops mod. Very nice, very nice.
Warning, local radiation at maximum tolerable level.
Then I guess we better fix it.
Repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
I have first aid kit plus 50. I can take a little more damage first. These things are so annoying.
Containment breach repaired.
Get off.
Further breaches detected.
Okay, now I can use that. Get off me.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
You know, no biggie. Just, come on, bite me. Bite me. I see you. You're not sneaky.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
Get.
Containment breach repaired. Further
Two left.
breaches detected.
And then this will reduce the need for our radiation suit.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
And it has the added benefit of, you know, saving the local ecology by preventing a radioactive meltdown. Do we really care about the local wildlife when most of it is either trying to kill us or has infected us with a horribly deadly disease?
Radiation levels decreasing.
Okay. And then we already got the Cyclops module there. Is there anything else over there that I can grab? I don't think so. Worth taking a look though. Nothing, nothing. Okay. There we go, there's a fire extinguisher. That one on instead. Give it some taps. Bada boom. Fire's out. No need to burn myself on the way back out. Alright. Now we go down this way. And we laser cut our way through the door. Bada boom.
Integrating new PDA data.
So, if I'm remembering correctly, that PDA shows you that the Aurora had an auxiliary mission to investigate this planet. And, yeah, it turns out that there's a giant alien cannon thing protecting it from quarantine. Or enacting a quarantine, because turns out there's a horrible, deadly virus that's on this planet. And, yeah. It's not good. And now we're headed to the Prawn Bay. Yeah, I should probably just give it a little just enough to get it out of the way so I can repair it. Ta-da! And in we go. Now, we're gonna scan some prawns.
Picking up a faint black box signature originating on the other side of the hull breach in this room.
1 out of 4. I'm gonna scan that one. The prawn is actually a lot of fun to pilot too. Let's see here. We go across and then up was the idea. No modules in that one. Got that one. And I think there's one more over here. Yeah. 2 more over here, actually. Now we can do a prawn suit.
New blueprint acquired.
And we have a storage module. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. And I don't really want to stuff myself on titanium, so we're not going to scan that last fragment. We're going to parkour our way up on top of some cargo boxes, and then we're going to go and check out the residential quarters, the living quarters.
New blueprint acquired.
I was putting it out. Shouldn't burn me when I'm putting it out. Does anybody want some alcohol?
Integrating new PDA data.
Probably don't need to bother with that. Whoa. Holy clipping back, man. Alright. Let me get some nutrient blocks. Some water. And my inventory's full. So only picking up what we absolutely need from here on out. And by absolutely need, I mean the posters and trophies and stuff that we can't replicate elsewhere. Because I need it. I need it. Alright, let's see here. Alright, sounds good, Grizz. Have fun checking out Dave Collum. I don't think I recognize that name. I'll see you on the flip side.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Can I pick it up when it's... I think I can only pick it up when it's empty. Yeah. Which is silly, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of it, right? It's like, you can carry more stuff if you have something to throw it in. And you're not just like, I can't hold all these nutrient bars. Oh, that was it.
Integrating new PDA data.
I'm not going to go through them on this one. If you want to, you can check out the Wikipedia page for it. But a lot of the PDA logs on this are really funny. Like that relationship contract one is... Let's just say that not all is well in paradise. And let's see. Yeah, I'll just stuff stuff in the sack. If I like have too much. But the posters are necessary. We have to bring the posters home with us. And I would like to bring some of the batteries home, but just a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of loot, a lot of rare loot. Okay, what else? Okay, there's it's this way, I think. Yeah, that's out. Don't know if I actually have the captain's quarters. Cabin 1. Do I have that combination from one of the other things that I've picked up so far? No, I do not. And then the captain's quarters. Which I'm pretty sure is actually one of the transmissions that I'm missing right now. So I'm gonna have to come back for that. Now that I've realized that. Well, shoot. And I don't even remember which duffel bag I put the batteries in. I found it. That was actually... I was weirdly... okay. Well. We're gonna go hop back in the Seamoth. Not that way. And we'll get back to base, and I think I'm probably gonna call it for tonight. Because we made good progress. We got out to the Aurora, we explored it, and it's tough to keep going when you don't got anybody watching you, you know? It's a lot more fun when you're playing for an audience. If that's what if you're, like, if I wasn't trying to just constantly narrate stuff, then that would be fine. But when you're constantly narrating, if you're not doing it for an audience, then why would you just be, like, talking to yourself? I don't know. Get me off of this stinking ship. This wreckage. I should be able to just jump off the top here. Just make sure I'm good, and down we go. Splash.
Welcome
Back in
aboard,
the
Captain.
Seamoth. And now we're gonna duck out this way because there's a Reaper off to our right, and I really don't want to get eaten. Yeah. If there is anybody who's listened this far, besides my mom, appreciate it, first off. If you want to leave a comment of thoughts that you have about the first monologue, if you have any, I'd appreciate it, or any of the other ramblings that I've been going off and about. Feedback's helpful. Helps me to know if I'm doing something worthwhile or not, because that's kind of why I didn't want to stream last week. Cause it's just having a bit of a moment, like, what are you doing? Like, you're sitting in front of a computer and you're talking to random people on the internet for several hours on a Saturday. And couldn't you find a better way to spend that time? And maybe I could, but I don't know. The assumption in that statement is
Welcome aboard,
that this isn't
Captain.
worthwhile, and I think that it is. I was talking with my mom earlier this week, and one of the things that came up was, like, my difficulties of trying to motivate myself to do more video editing, and kind of having just the thought of it takes probably about 3 times the length of time for me to trim down a video, or trim down a stream into a video, as the length of the video, probably, just because it takes time to find the clips that you want to use and parse them down to whatever you want to do with them. And so the thought that I had was, if I can at least have enough watch time where the watch time of other people is equal to the production time, the length of time that it takes for me to actually make the thing, then I think that's worth it. And so I'm gonna try. Well, hopefully me talking about it doesn't spoil my ability to do something about it, but we'll try and edit some of our stuff down and see if we can put something out there. Excuse me, put something out there that folks find valuable. So let's go put the posters up too. Oh, we can make a prawn while we're at it, I think. We'll put it in the hallway. Can I put it in the hallway? There we go. Look at those posters. Look at that gorgeous prawn suit. And it's not going to really have anything going for it right away. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't have the materials for that yet, so that's actually a good place to call it. Oh, I do have the ability to make a bed, though. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Make a little bedroom offshoot. I need 2 enamel glass for that. Gosh darn it. Should we do it just in like a tunnel compartment? I feel like that would be kind of cramped, but... Now I need more titanium. Oh, where is my titanium? Oh, where is my titanium? Oh, where? Actually, can I do a glass tunnel? Just need 2 glass for that. Let's do that instead. Because, yeah, that other stuff needs enameled glass, which I'm not going to do. I need 2 glass. I don't think I have any glass yet, so we'll just go and we'll go find some. Put the sea glide on. We should get a flashlight too while we're at it, huh? I feel like that looks like the 3 Pokeballs. I don't know, that's what makes me think of.
Calories
3.
intake recommended.
I think I already had a... Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I think I already have a quartz back on the base, but we'll just go ahead and grab 4 and call it good.
Warning. Emergency power only.
Emergency
Oxygen
power only.
production offline.
Well, let's fix that real quick. Much better.
Power restored.
Plenty
All
of
primary
lantern fruit.
systems online.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Much better. Nope, I need to actually make the glass. What do you mean unpowered? What do you mean unpowered? Seamoth, is this your doing? Are you recharging off of the power that the bioreactor's generating? I'm very disappointed in you. There we go. Now I should be able to do it. Cool. And construct this. Oh dear. Well. I don't think I've ever done that before. Oopsie daisies. Are there other spots that are damaged that I need to fix? There we go.
Hull integrity restored. Draining system initiated.
Oh dear. I don't think I've ever done that before. Whoopsies. Well, let's provide some more reinforcement before we try and do that again. So you can do it either with just reinforcing it with that, or you can put in bulkheads. But yeah. Now, +7 to hull strength. Now we should be able to do this. If I can't see what I'm doing, so we're gonna go outside first. At least start it out here, but I think I can just finish it out here too. Glass. Ta-da. Can I make a bed in here? I can't make a bed in here? Oh, that's depressing. I actually was really hoping I could do that. Dang it. That's actually annoying. How much enamel glass do I need for the observatory? Because I actually, like, the aesthetic alone is kind of how I want to end the episode. So, let's see. 2 enamel glass, 2 enamel glass. So if that one doesn't work, then that one will. And then enamel glass is what, 1 tooth? I think. Blueprints. Enamel glass. Yeah, 1 stalker tooth, 1 glass. So. Deconstruct that. And see if we can't find some stalker teeth. And then also make a flashlight before I hit the hay. So this is where that scanner comes in real handy. Because otherwise it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Oh, there we go. There's one. The main trick is if you look around in the shallows wherever there's stalkers swimming around, and especially if you look around where they have wreckage, because they're cleaning their teeth on the wreckage, and so their teeth, they're sharks, right? So they're, oh, there we go. That was not hard at all, actually. Sea glide our way back to the base. And we'll make some enameled glass, and then make a little place for us to sleep, and we'll call it a night. Oh, flashlight. Flashlight, flashlight, flashlight.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Please don't take glass. It takes glass. Okay, can you grab another battery out? Because it'll also eat a battery. Can leave that in. That'll do. Right. Yeah, I'll grab another titanium or 2. Okay. Glass. Enameled glass. Enameled glass. And flashlight. Much better. Observatory. Now,
Unless constructed with a specific research task in mind, observatories and other glass modules are imprudent for survival purposes.
I know they're imprudent for survival purposes, but that's not why I made it. I made it because I want to sleep in a place where I can just, you know, see the ocean. Actually, you know what? It's facing the wrong way if I want to do that. And I need fiber mesh, looks like. Do I have fiber mesh? I want to say I do. It's just a matter of remembering which locker I put it into. Or maybe I didn't. Did I use all of it already? I used one for that. Maybe I used 2 for that. Well, that's easy enough to get another one of, though. Yeah. I'll grab 4 kelp, so I can make 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Why are you trying to eat me? And we'll stuff the other one in the locker. And I know it's the wrong way because of, you shouldn't have your head to where someone can come in and just assassinate you, right? You want to have it facing that way, but this is just, that's just too gorgeous of a view. Imagine waking up to that view. Like, yeah, you're in a shitty situation, right? You're stranded on an island. You have an incurable disease that you don't know if you're actually going to survive or not, right?
Scan complete.
It's
Bacterial
progressing.
Infection in your system is progressing.
Like, I might die,
Detecting
right?
irritation and immune system response.
But at least I got a
Further
freaking
data
amazing view.
required to identify bacterial strain.
You know what? With that, goodbye then. Be safe, friends. Don't you dare go hollow.